are not confused. You're overwhelmed. You're overthinking. You're stuck in your head trying to figure something out that just won't click. Maybe it's a decision, a feeling, or even your life's direction. And no matter how much you think about it, it only gets worse. That's not confusion. That's your mind hitting a limit it can't go past. Let's make this real. You've been here before. You replay conversations in your head. You overanalyze decisions. You try to figure yourself out. And the more you think, the more tangled everything becomes. So you assume, I'm confused. I need more clarity. I need to think this through. But what if the problem isn't that you don't understand? What if the problem is that you're trying to use your mind for something it was never designed to do? And this is where the monad comes in. Not as a concept, but as what remains when thinking can't go any farther. You believe that when you think more, you will understand more. But look at your life. When you overthink, do things get clearer? Or do they get heavier? They get heavier. You start second-guessing yourself. You lose trust in your own decisions. You feel stuck. That's not clarity. That's mental overload. Because the mind doesn't resolve things by thinking endlessly. It just keeps generating more possibilities. More angles, more doubts, more noise. And eventually, you drown in it. Your mind works by separating things. Good versus bad. Right versus wrong. Should versus shouldn't. But your actual experience, it's not divided like that. It's whole. It's fluid. It's alive. And this is the core problem. You're trying to use a tool that divides to understand something that isn't divided. That's why it feels like it's slipping through your fingers. Because it is. Let's ground this. The monad isn't some distant spiritual idea. It's the part of your experience that is already complete, before you even start thinking about it. It's the moment before you second-guess yourself, before you analyze, before you create a problem. You felt it before, when you just know something, before your mind jumps in and complicates it. That's it. But the moment you try to think your way back into it, you leave it. This is where people get trapped. You feel like I'm close. I almost understand this. So you keep pushing. More thinking, more effort, more trying. But that feeling, that's the mind circling something it can't enter. And the harder you push, the longer you stay stuck there. Because the breakthrough doesn't come from more thinking. It comes when thinking stops being in charge. You're not lacking answers. You're buried under noise. Every time you think more, you add another layer. Another opinion, another possibility, another doubt. So instead of trying to find the perfect answer, what happens if you stop feeding the noise? Not forever, just for a moment. And see what's already there, without interference. So how does this show up in your life? It shows up everywhere. When you're trying to make a decision and you keep going back and forth. One option, then the other, then doubt, then fear. But if you're honest, there's usually something underneath all of that. A quiet knowing. But it gets buried the more you think. It shows up in relationships. You replay conversations. You analyze what they said, what you said, what it meant. And suddenly something simple becomes complicated. Not because it is, but because you've layered thought on top of it. It shows up when you're trying to understand yourself. You may think, why am I like this? What's wrong with me? What do I need to fix? And the more you analyze yourself, the more disconnected you feel. Because you've turned your own experience into a problem to solve. So here's the shift. Not a theory, but something you can actually do. Next time you catch yourself overthinking, don't try to find the answer. Pause. Ask yourself, what was clear before I started thinking about this? Not the loud answer, the quiet one. The one that was actually there before the analysis. Then do something most people won't do. Trust it. Not perfectly, not blindly. Just enough to stop going in circles. Because the truth is, clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from recognizing what was already clear, before the mind got involved. You're not confused. You've just been trained to trust thought more than your own direct experience. And now you're seeing the cost of that. The endless loops, the doubt, the noise. But the moment you stop asking your mind to do what it cannot do, something opens up. Not as an answer, but as clarity that was already there. And the more you learn to return to that, the less lost you will feel. If this journey spoke to you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone ready to experience life beyond thought. Comment below. Where in your life do you notice yourself overthinking instead of trusting what's already clear? I read every comment. If you would like to support my work directly, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/magnumopus333. Or you can explore some original merchandise on my Teespring store online. The link is in the description below. Remember, your consciousness is the key that unlocks reality. Let's keep unlocking it together. Thank you for watching. Until next time.